Okay? كذلك الخروج is the secondary purpose. He says, like so, you will be resurrected. But what he emphasized on, how we blessed them with this and blessed them with that and showed them this and showed them that and revealed this and revealed that. Yeah? After that, he did وَكَذَلِكَ الْخُرُوجِ. So serving the purpose of proving the day of resurrection was one of the purposes of Surah Qaf as well. But the main purpose was what? To show the ni'mah, to show the blessings. So that's why in that surah it's more suitable to use the word anbatna. Okay? Because you are related to the nabat and you want to see it. But in Surah An-Naba, because the purpose is refuting them and proving the day of judgment, what is more suitable? To use the word akhrajna. Remember, akhrajna is related to what? The day of judgment. Because on the day of judgment we will be brought out from the ground. Okay? So rather than saying we have grown or planted these trees or these seeds, he used the word we brought out, for us to think about the day we will be brought out. Do you see the relation? Is it clear? Okay? So there is choice of word which is being deliberate. Okay? And this is what also I wanted to instill in you. I want you to every time you look into the Quran, I want you to think, why this word and why not that word? Okay? Raise the questions. Even if you don't manage to answer it at this stage, one day you will. Trust me. One day you will, and it will make sense to you. You will put all the pieces of the jigsaw together, and the whole picture will come, and you will be impressed. But just pose the questions. Ask the questions, and you will have the answer one day. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَنزَلْنَا مِنَ الْمُعْصِرَاتِ مَاءً ثَجَّاجًا لِنُخْرِجَ بِهِ حَبًّا وَنَبَاتًا. Habban means those sorts of vegetation that have the form of seeds, like oats, like wheat, this sort of seed-like kind of vegetation. So that's what hab is like. وَنَبَاتًا means a vegetation, either the grass or the kind of things that are the kind of greenery that is used to feed their cattle and animals. Okay, so habba is the likes of corn, the likes of wheat, the like of all these kind of seeds, and nabata, the grasses. Okay, but notice that all these, are they high in height, are they long in height, or are they short? All of them are short. Okay, so the following verse comes to say وَجَنَّاتٍ أَلْفَافًا. So the first verse was talking about a produce that is very small in height, and another type of production comes in the following verse, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says وَجَنَّاتٍ أَلْفَافًا. Jannah is a garden. Okay, but unless a garden has long, thick kind of trees, okay, it will not be called Jannah. It will be called Bustan in the Arabic language. If it's only low kind of vegetation, low kind of trees, you will not call it Jannah. It has to have long trees for it to be called Jannah. Jannah is a word that is derived from covering. Okay, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about Ibrahim alayhi salam, فَلَمَّا جَنَّ عَلَيْهِ اللَّيْلُ رَأَى كَوْكَبًا. And when the night descended and covered him, then he saw a planet, a star on the heaven. Okay, so Jannah and Jinn. Why do you call Jinn? Because you can't see them. Okay, when there is a situation when you cannot see, then this is called Jan. And al-Janeen, the fetus in the mother's belly. What's it called in Arabic? Janeen. Why is it called Janeen? Because it's hidden and concealed. You cannot see it. It's inside her belly. Do you understand? So anything that is covered and cannot be seen is called Jan. Okay? So Jannat is a name for a garden that has long trees, so much so that if you are outside the tree, you will not be able to see who is inside the tree. So in this ayah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is referring to long trees that are thick, okay, with trees that are thick and very close to each other. وَجَنَّاتٍ أَلْفَافًا. They come so close to each other and they are intertwined. Okay, like, you know, like how the grapes tree, how they kind of link together and they make so much kind of a net. Okay, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying وَجَنَّاتٍ أَلْفَافًا, and gardens of thick growth. This, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using it to prove that just like how you would see a piece of land that is barren, and all of a sudden rain will just drop, and no one has put any seeds on the ground, no one has digged any dishes, no one has fertilized the land. Just by merely having the drops of rain, all of a sudden vegetation will grow. You would wonder, what happened to this plant? Who put the seed there? Doesn't that make you wonder? And all of a sudden you will see now the goats are coming, the birds are coming, the insects are coming. All of a sudden you see a lake around in the area, and now we have, subhanAllah, a small area full of life. At one point it was completely dead and nobody is there. Rain drops and it becomes a garden all of a sudden. So it changed from a dead piece of land into a living piece of land, a full of life. Okay? So doesn't that show you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is able to bring up, remember the similarity we drawn from sleeping to the resurrection? Similar to that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is drawing similarity between a piece of land that you see completely dead, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings some rain, a blessed type of rain, and then everything will change. Life will come back again. And in the hadith, which is narrated in Al-Imam al-Tahawi narrated it in his book of Aqidah, Al-Aqidah al-Tahawiyya, even though it's not very authentic, but it goes very well with the meaning. It says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment, after Israfil has blown on the trumpet for the first time and everybody died, okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will order the rain or the clouds together, and it will actually drop rains that are in the form of men's sperms. And as a result of this rain, people will be resurrected. Okay? As I said, this is a not very authentic hadith. In fact, it's hadith da'if, but it goes very well with the meaning. When it comes to the day of judgment, if Allah wants, He could make some rain comes. He could say, kun fayakun. Kun fayakun. And He will bring us. So basically, all these three hadith, or these three themes are proofs that the day of judgment is very possible. And there are actually signs around you. You can see them only if you reflect. Of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this verse is talking about the people of Mecca and the people who ridiculed the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and denied the day of judgment. But the purpose of the Quran, or the ibrah, or the lessons from the Quran, is drawn from the general terms. The scholars of Tafsir, they say, al-ibratu fi umumi al-lafz la fi khusus al-sabab. Al-ibrah, lessons will be drawn from the generic terms used in the surah, rather than from the reasons of the revelation. If you only relate this to the people or the circumstances in which the surah was revealed, you will only draw very little lessons. Okay? But if you think, and as I said at the beginning, why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not tell us who was questioning? عَمَّ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ. Did He bother to tell us who were there? He left it generic. Okay? Because throughout the history, throughout the time, people will always come and question the authenticity of the Quran. And people will always come and question the genuinity of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and question the day of judgment. It will come throughout the time. So do not link your mind to the special circumstances or the asbab al-nuzul, rather think about the general terms. Okay? We can learn a lot from these two sects or two segments of Surah An-Naba, but I'm running out of time. But if there is anything we can quickly summarize, first of all, that we should be careful